Hello there guys, Jonty500 here, and today we have a long one, Nodo event highlight, and it will be the Super Master Championship. We have 9 supercars, 9 different tracks, and each car can only be used once. You have seen some highlight of series of similar events before. It's a event that I have run many times before, and this it was actually before the T20 and Osiris came out, so you're not gonna see any Osirises or T20s in the event. As I said in a previous video, I have been having difficulties to keep up with all the content that I have uncreated at the moment, so yeah, I have quite a bit to get up to, but still we're gonna get this one through. I did have a problem with the audio in this when I rendered this thing, and so the audio is a little bit out of sync at the end of the video, but it's not that bad actually. I think it's quite okay. It's you know I'm gonna turn down the audio a little bit anyway, so you're gonna put some commentary over it, so hopefully it won't be too distracting. So there you saw first disconnection in the first arm dog, and I actually managed to win the first round in this Centorno, and yep, that was the first race. Really good. Off to a good start, and that's always good. But now is then I have already used the Centorno, and we'll move on to the next race. So let's take a look at the scoreboard a little bit here. So Hissen in second, Blomtard in third, Tomtard in fourth, Enjoys in fifth, and Adge in sixth, Frisky seventh, 8 Rexy, Spudgy is ninth, and Peter Ripper 10th. And we move on to the next race. Mirror Park GP. The first one was Blaine Contest 24 Hours by Bruffy1322. This is Mirror Park GP made by Sammy M. And here I decided to go with the Voltic because you really need that speed, but I missed quite badly on the start, and that so I ended up starting quite back. But this is, after all, the Voltic is really good at stock. Really, like if you fully operate it, you have to pay like all these. You can't even put like turbo on it, so it gets a lot slower. Compared to the other fully operated cars, but as stock is actually quite good to drive, and it can provide some good battles actually. There I mess up on the bumps. Like the Voltic does not like bumps. It's so easily distracted. So I try and keep out of the line a little bit there, so I don't take anyone out when returning to the track. But it cost me quite dearly, and I fell from 3rd to 10th in that section. And there you see the amazing acceleration of the Voltic just overtaking the Centorno on the straight. Like even, but then the Centorno top speed kicks in, and that allows him to get past. And there, of course, I get taken out by the lamppost, and I lose 2 more positions. So this race hasn't been so good for me so far. So in 11th, and there some of them there's some issues here. I go in between, and I get 3 cars overtaken in one corner, but then another light bulb. Like seriously, that's just no, that's sad, boring. What the hell? Like lampposts are way too big, too big of a problem in this race for me. Now down in 13th, I'm gonna try and push. Hopefully we can make the best of it. So here you see, I had a really good chance to actually get past the guys there, but no, it was not meant to happen, and I fell down. into 14th because of that choke. And there's also another cheetah going past there, so back into 15th, and yep, this race is not going well. Then that guy goes a little bit wide there, so I get up on the inside and overtake for 14th position. And there, Birdomobile has had a little bit of a spin out there, so that allows me to move up into 13th position. Back in 13th, I have now worked my way up to the next guy, and yep, he gets a little bit of a problem there. There's also two guys on the right there, which I don't know what the hell happened. But there's also some serious lag here, so you have to take that into account. Now in 11th, challenging this Turismo for 10th position, so I can actually get some points. But that happens there, and yeah, just aids. I take out the Turismo sadly enough, and then the Cheetah gets a little bit caught up in it, and I fall back into 12th. So this has not been a really good day. Hissen gets the win, Blown Tire gets second, and so many other people get ahead of us. Enjoy's here, trying to get on the inside, but no. In the end, I finished in 14th place, which is quite shite actually. But I'm just gonna have to try and work my way up from it. So there, as you see, Rex in 3rd, JS Santos in 4th, Rupert in 5th, Tom Ted in 6th, 7th is Frisky, 8th Kampakolen, 9th Inichi, 10th Spanksy. So I didn't get any points from that race. Now the next race, the North Loop, and made by Bruffy1322, and I decided here to go with the Adder. And as you see here in these races, I always start on pole, since I am the host of the playlist. And yeah, as you saw there, I missed the superstart again because there was some lag happening also from my side here. So I guess it was quite laggy for everyone. But so you know, I have upgraded my internet since this, and it's a lot more stable now. So the Adder, I chose the Adder on North Loop just because it's top speed really. You can benefit from using it here because it has a great top speed and should be able to get up good with it on this track. Actually, after this Supermaster Championship, I decided to start using a system where every other race I start last and first to try and nullify the host benefit. But that system doesn't really work at all actually, because it completely removes any chances of me winning, weirdly enough. Like when I'm on pole, I have a really almost an unfair chance of winning. But if I do that half of the time in the top, half of the time in the back, then I pretty much it's almost like you don't have any chance of winning when you have this many people in it. There I get caught a little bit on the inside and missed the checkpoint, and I have to wait, of course, for all the guys to come out so I can rejoin the track safely. That puts me back in the 14th position. So basically I need to try and figure out some kind of system for the grid to make it as fair as possible, because when I started last, I have such little chance of actually being competitive in the race, in the playlist points. So, but there seems, yeah, there's some aids there. Someone got caught up in the gas tanks. But I really need to come up with some kind of grid system. I've been thinking about it, but it's so you need to know something that works and it's fast to do, and that's not too easy to do actually. So now in 9th position you see the 8th guy going a little bit wide, and that allows me to move up in 8th position. So I managed to work my way from 14th up to 8th. So that's quite good so far. And that is sad enough where I also end the race. At least get some points from this, that I didn't get, on the last race, but still, some points at least that allows me to move up. And your winner was Tomtad 63. And second Druber, third Camper Colin, fourth B-Day Ripa, fifth JS Santos, sixth Rexy, seventh Ninjoys, ninth Frisky, and eighth Shady J 9000. I'll put up a picture of the results after the whole playlist gets through, because I didn't edit them in when I edited the footage. So this is my track, Ultimate GP, and here I chose to go with the Turismo. So you see, not much has happened. I kept first a couple of laps, and now I have this Centorno harassing me a little bit. This white Centorno of Rexy. Rexy is a guy that really knows my track, his Ultimate GP. He has raced it quite a few times with me. So I have used this track so much in my events that I really don't have that much of a creator's benefit as I used to have, because simply I've used it so many times, so many people already know how to drive it better than me. So there, get some aids, and down in the third position with Drubert and Rexy in front of me. Over here Drubert gets caught on the inside tire barriers, and that puts me up into second position, where I ultimately finish the race. The reason why I edited out the parts with the playlist points is because I didn't use Rockstar's way of calculating points in this event. I used my own point system and calculated the results manually after the race. Well, after the event playlist. So the next is Farm Your Friends in North 2, and this is a Blaine County track made by RB Driften. Well, I decided to go with the Infernus here, Always before these events I always go out on the tracks, try them out, and just think, what kind of car would be suitable for this race. And here I'm still in first as we start the final run on the last lap, and Frisky with the Entity gets in front of me. But I managed to get back up there, but here on the exit, Here you have him, or actually I managed to keep it again, and there's the exact same place but later on, and Frisky gets ahead of me here, and yep, I move back into second position. The top speed of the entity was greater than the of the Super Turismo, and also I get stuck. So, and of course there also that pink entity gets caught up with it, and I have a battle on my hand with Hissen in fourth. But that battle I managed to keep third, and yeah, get up. So third in that race, you know, starting to get some good points here, and I actually have a shot at winning this championship, this playlist today. Now I'm in the top 5 at this point, and yeah, we'll see by the end who will be crowned the Super Master. So, first Frisky, Berton in second, me in third, Hissen in fourth, 5th Rexy, 6th Campy Collins, 7th Enjoys, 8th Blown Tire, 9th Tom Tad, and 10th I don't even remember, I didn't see it in time, but I think it was Shady. Then the next one is the Chaparral Experience made by myself. Here I decided to go with an entity, a car I know very well and I feel very comfortable in using. As you see there, I got quite a good start right from the start. That sounded so bad. But Drubert managed to get it up in front, and I fall back into second, but that's still quite good. Drubert there gets caught on the outside and jumps a little bit too much, so I get up here beside him. He's in the Centauran, of course, so he will have the greater top speed on this straight. But I still managed to keep him behind for one lap. This is actually on the next lap, that's why it's so dark. I always put my time of day to current to make it easier. But Drubert gets in on the outside there and has the inside priority on this corner. I try to cut in a little bit, but I get like stuck on his back bumper, and yeah. I try my best, you know, to battle here, and he gets a little bit of a problem there, which allows me to move back up into first position. And I actually win this race in the entity, and I was really happy about this result, of course. So I'm starting to get some quite good points, and I'm battling my hardest to actually be able to try and claim that title of Super Master. So 30 Season, 40 Frisky, 50 Rexy, 60 Enjoys, 70 Enchies, 8 Tomtat, and so on. Rockford Ring, made by Lancer Evo. Or Lancer Evo WRC. A Norwegian guy that knows how to make races. He's by far, in my opinion, the best race maker in GTA 5, and his tracks are pretty much unbeatable when it comes to creating. He doesn't give us much stuff like acknowledgement for how good his tracks are, and I really need to give it to him. Like Lancer Evo's tracks, if you're looking for a great track, race his tracks, because they are all absolutely awesome. There in the beginning you saw one of a really bad incident with a lot of cars being taken out because of me. But, you know, I couldn't do so much about it, you know. If I just had been out and got caught on the sidewalk, I would of course have stayed there and allowed everyone to go, but there, in that situation, I couldn't do so much about it. This was actually back there before Rockstar patched things with the car spawning, And as you saw, there were some cars on the some AI cars on the outside, and that is just like what can happen. But you know, it's another battle from the back, trying my best to catch up. But since you know I'm not exactly in the fastest car, I'm actually in what could be considered the worst car in the entire event, the Bullet. But you know I try my best. But there's a lot of incidents here. You can see when I drive up, like it's actually insane amount of incidents. Like I don't know. Like it seems like these kind of events, the stock events, seem to be pulling in a lot of these new guys that hasn't really don't have the experience needed to keep as clean as possible, which and that results that you get some incident in the event. Like right there, that was one of the worst rookie mistakes you can make actually. But you know, I can't start like saying that only guys that have been in the crew for a year can start being part of this event. That's not how it goes when you're hosting events. You know, there's some stuff with you know new guys that they come in, they wanna have fun, they wanna race, but then they end up doing stuff like that. And, yeah. To be honest, I don't know how you're supposed to tell with this incident. Like some of them seem so stupid, almost like they were on purpose, but I don't think they really are. There is some, of course, some lag here and there that causes incidents. And that's just a part of GTA racing, I guess. But still, it was a big problem back then. And to be honest, sometimes it's also a big problem even now. So there on the hairpin I managed to get around Spudsy up into 8th position, and right now I'm in the points. So I just need to keep fighting and hopefully I can get some more points, and there was some more during racing there. Managed to get up in between them, up into 6th position in a Bullet, and it's going great. But there I get caught up with that lamppost, and that causes me to fall back down into 8th position. There's Spudsy get caught up with one of the signs on the road, and that allows me to move past him up into 7th position. But then I get a little bit of miscalculation with the guy coming on the inside, knocks me a little bit in the side, causes me to spin out, and then that happens with them. I move back in a second. You know, this is just a back and forth how it goes, and yeah, it's not really a great showcase of racing. Well, but in the end, you know, there one last incident in the final corners, and I managed to move up into 5th position, and let's see if I were able to keep it. And I was. So 5th position gives me some good points for you know the playlist, and yep. Let's take a look at the results of this race. Frisky in 1st, Shade in 2nd, Hisson in 3rd, Tomtat in 4th, me in 5th, Dangerous in 6th, B-Day Rip in 7th, Yanichi in 8th, 9th, Drubert, and 10th is Campy Colin. So, race 8 of 9 is Senora GP, made by myself. So, for this I chose a Sheeta, because the Sheeta has quite good you know, straight line speed, and this truck has a few long straights where you will benefit from having really fast top speed. So the guy in the Adder there has a really good tactic because you know he's gonna be able to keep the speed. But you know, not a bad start, you know, get up into third and start challenging these guys for the top position. There, that guy spins out a little bit, and that allows me to move up into second for a second, you know. But this is like the Centorno and the Adder, you know, they get past me quite fast because it's a long straight on the back. But there's an incident, and with all the top cars, which allows me to move up and start fighting again for the stop. But there you see the top speed of the better cars getting the better of my Cheetah. There I get a really good run out of the corner, you know, as you see. I get up into second position for a while. And I have the inside on the next corner, so I should be able to defend it quite well. So now I need to focus trying to keep the entity behind me as long, and also at the same time try and catch up to the Centorno with JS Santos at the front. So this is a lap later, and I'm challenging Santos here, you know. I hit him a little bit in the side, so I decided to let him go first. So, because that overtake wasn't 100% clean. And there it happens again, you know, I get a little bit too excited up, and he overtakes me. That was pretty much, you know, the final call of it, because as you see the finish line on the left there. So this is the final hairpin, the final long hairpin, and in the end I finished second in the Cheetah on this track, and right now I'm getting some absolutely insane time, like insanely good points. So I have a really good shot at winning this. So the winner in this race was JS Santos. GG to him, you know, there was some drama at the end there, but he did a good job, you know, and I think that, and yeah, so he deserved to win in front of me. Now, second me, third Shady J, fourth Beater Ripa, fifth Blown Tire, sixth Banksy, seventh Enjoys, eighth Yanchi, ninth Tomtat, and 10th is Hissen. The final race is Lost Custom Store, made by N. Roper, and I only had the Vaca left to use. And once again I miss the turbo start, which makes me lose a lot of positions here at the start. The one guy hit me in the back, that helped me a little bit, you know, to get some speed up, but still, you know, it's the Vaca, its top speed is not that great, and people are just passing me left and right. There also I get into, like, just look at that, like, seriously, why can't people just take it easy when they come to the first corner? Like, everyone is, oh, I'm gonna prove myself, I'm new here, I'm gonna prove myself, I'm gonna be one of the best racers ever. But, like, seriously, you can't start pushing. If there's no gap to go through, then you don't go in, because that's gonna be a complete clusterfuck. Like, seriously, people need to know that you can't just go full out all the time in a contact race. Well, anyways, I have fallen back into 13th position, and now it's time to try and fight my way up the ranks. So, here I get out and get good runs on the inside, you know, passing some people. And here we come to the first LS Custom. This track is made so that you pass all the different LS Customs in a few of them at least, not the ones in Blaine County, but the ones inside the town you pass during the race, and that's where the track gets its name from. So in 10th position now, as you can see, and I am currently in the points. So if I finish here, I get 1 point. There you see one of the Centorno guys on the outside have had some kind of issue. I really don't know why he came out like that and like completely stopped me. But here you see I get 4 positions in one straight because of some incidents. So I am up into 5th and in some really good points again. And here you see Pink Infernus gets a little bit of oversteer, so it's time to try and challenge for that spot. So push as hard as I can and I move up into 4th position. And that's the end of it. I actually managed to finish 4th. Managed to go from almost dead last to 4th with the Vaca on that track, and I was really happy with that. So let's go and take a look at the final scores. Or first, of course, the scores of this race, like who has won it. So winner of this race was Hissen in a Centorno. Second is Drubert, third is Shady, fourth is me, fifth is Camper Colin, sixth is Vito Ripper, seventh is Tom Tad, eighth is Blood Trial, ninth is Blood Killer, and 10th is JS Santos. So let's take a look at the playlist points, shall we? So I managed to win, and therefore I am the new PS4 Super Master. And in second we had Hissen, not far behind, and in a good battle for third between Frisky 666 and Drubert. And finally then in 5th Tom Tad, and the rest, you know, as they follow there, and you can see the points. So, you know, I really enjoyed this event. I think it was really good. And I'm quite happy, you know. There was quite a lot of incidents there, and it's sad, you know, when that happens, but you know, sometimes it just happens. Well, anyways, you know, if you like this video, then make sure to click that like button. I want to thank you to all who participated in this race, and I also want to thank everyone watching for watching this video, and I will see you next time.